be real honest, I didn't really have a look I was going for. I was just, like, I think I mentioned, I just want to match this the best I can, or something close. Let's see. So I just saved some photos.
What's your color history? Were you going to the salon and getting it done?
I was.
Okay.
Up until about last April, I stopped putting permanent color on it and I went to demi.
I see that.
Yeah, and then, okay, so
Yeah.
now when I say this is my goal, this is what, in my mind, I'm picturing my hair probably would look like all gray, but I don't know.
If you were to grow it out.
If I were to grow it out,
I see.
yeah, similar.
It would be pretty similar.
I really haven't set too high of expectations because I really wasn't sure what my hair would actually look like gray. So I'm kind of open, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can probably tell me better what my hair was going to look like gray than.
Yeah, because I know we talked about doing like the solid, but now looking at your hair in person, because you've done the demi, it looks pretty soft here. It doesn't look like such a hard. And then in the back here, you actually like, it's a lot darker.
Yeah.
So maybe just doing more of a blended route would be fine instead of going the more solid route like I showed you.
I don't have the anticipation of doing a lot more sessions like today as I'm growing out. It's like I want to get it to a point where it'll just.
You want to get as much of it today.
Yeah.
But what we can do is I could just do a really heavy highlight, because like back here, if we do the solid, I think it's not going to really blend too much. Like it'll look, because it's more pepper. It's like half and half in here. Okay.
So one of your episodes really I identified it with because it seemed to me to be the color that I was kind of looking for, or I thought I would be after I went through this process. So
we can do something really similar, but
what are your thoughts? I mean, is this realistic?
I mean, I can't guarantee it'll look exactly like that today.
Of course.
I'll try my best. But yeah, I'm thinking we can just go in with a heavy highlight today, instead of doing the solid route, because if we do the solid route in these areas right here, you'll have, like, I don't think you'll feel like it'll blend as well.
Yeah,
it's
it'll
not
be
as
like more
white.
solid underneath, and then the roots won't be as solid.
That's why, because
So you're kind of the opposite.
I was thinking like your whole head was as white as this when you sent the photos. That's why I said that. But now looking at it, it looks a lot more peppery in the back, which is fine. But I feel like whenever I see a client that has this, we do more of like the in foil work, and then I could just do a really heavy foil. The only thing with doing a foil work is you'll still have this brown tone in between the highlights, and the only way to get rid of it is if you come in next time. But I feel like if we do a heavy highlight, it won't really bother you.
As long as it grows out and it just, as long as this just grows out and it's just really just meshing with this. I don't care.
It'll be more blended.
It will, for sure.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
But you'll see like the slightest bit. It won't be like as dark as your pepper, your natural pepper, but you'll still see like a little bit. But it's not enough to where like you're like, oh, I need to get it done.
Yeah.
It'll blend 1,000 times better than what you have
that
right
sounds
now.
great.
Yeah, I would default to what she recommends.
Yeah.
I think that sounds
I think that would be good. I'll focus because I want to try and just like match your gray. So we'll do a little bit more dimensional in the back, and then I would recommend doing it lighter in the front, like those photos that we actually had, and just do it like really white there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. The other thing is, if you don't get like super light, are you okay with a slight violet hue in the silver? Would that bother
I guess
you?
so.
it'll wash out, right? Over
It
time.
definitely washes out, and the only reason why I say that is because you have, is this old highlights?
Well, yeah, you can see, so she did the highlights kind of more underneath.
Yeah.
And you can see how long ago.
But at some point, there's like permanent color with the demi, so that is what might give me a little problem. And when I lift it, it might lift a little uneven, especially where the permanent color is versus the demi. Because the demi always lifts better. That's why I always recommend doing the demi instead of the permanent.
Yeah. This is probably permanent.
And so when I highlight you, what might happen is the demi might lift really pretty, but that permanent might be a little warmer. And because of that, I'd have to do a toner toner that's going to just tone the warmest area but match everything.
Okay.
So that's why I always say it might, if it doesn't get totally even, slight hue of violet definitely kicks it out and then helps neutralize it. And then when you use a purple shampoo at home, it kind of does a job,
Okay.
and you won't really notice it as much. But the initial toning might have to be a little violety because of that.
Okay.
If it gives me a little bit of problem right there.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a brand new client who is wanting to do something that is going to give her something more seamless as this grows out. She has some previous old permanent color on her hair. Her last few root touch sessions were done with a demi, so you can see right at the root it does look a little bit softer than compared to the tone on the mid area. That mid area does look a little bit darker, and then on the very end she does have some previous old highlights that she got done a while ago. So we're working with a few different zones here. We're working with her virgin root, her demi that is a little bit past her virgin root, and then in that mid area where it is the darkest, that is her old permanent color, and then on the very end she has some previous highlights. So if you are new here, I am going to be doing my signature grain blending placement on her, and typically I start in the back and I start around the nape of the neck, and I do a detail hairline right around the nape here. I like to do a detail hairline on all clients when we're doing a full new gray blending session, because I want to make sure that we get those hairs underneath the nape of the neck, because essentially when this kind of grows out and she wears her hair in the front of her face, this kind of connects to the money piece. So I find that this area is quite important, and if you miss it, sometimes it just looks like a dark piece that you left out. So I really think it's important to make sure that you foil just like a detail right around the hairline here, whether it be like a weave or anything. I prefer doing like a really small weave or a baby light versus like a slice or like a chunky weave, just because it gives it extra softness. And then after I do those detail hairline foils, I'm gonna go in and pretty much just take the whole back section in just like a center section. So I find that taking the back in just like one section saves me a ton of time, and I used to do this back section into two, so doing it in one, if you haven't tried or done so, is game changing, and I will show you later through in the rest of the video how I connect the front to the back, and it's really simple and easy, so stay tuned if you haven't seen it yet. But I am using lightener for this type of transformation, because when working with permanent color or any type of color really, the only way to really lighten the hair is through bleach, and so I'm using the Danger Jones bleach today. And if you haven't heard of the Danger Jones bleach, the Danger Jones bleach is honestly the best bleach on this planet, because one, they lowered the price of their bleach recently to help out stylists financially, because they noticed that stylists were having a hard time with things going on right now, and so they wanted to help us out. The bleach for like one can used to be about $30, and now this bleach is $23, which is a crazy discount. And we all use lightener if we are trying to do highlights or anything like that. It's something that I use daily and I always have in stock, and I buy in bulk, and so it was really amazing to hear that this bleach that is just so good and works so well on all my clients is now $23 per can versus the $30. On top of that, this bleach actually has some great power. So before, this bleach is kind of new, and before I switched over to it, I am pretty picky with my lightener, because I need something that's going to be strong and not dry out the hair, make the hair still feel good. So it's really important to me to have a bleach that has lots of strength in it, but also keeps the integrity of the hair. And even though for me, I usually start off with like a bowl of 5 and 20 volume, but then I really don't go beyond higher than 20 volume. And because of that is because I don't want to damage the hair or anything like that. I feel like I get good control with 20 volume. But in addition to using just 20 volume, I love that this bleach has bonder in it. I feel like that is completely game changing, and a lot of lighteners don't. And I do feel a difference with my lift and the way that the hair feels ever since I switched over to this lightener. So again, I love using this lightener. So right now, by now, I'm using and have already bumped up to pretty much 20 volume. And I'm just going to use 20 volume for the rest of the head, really. And I really don't feel like any type of application that I've ever done on any client ever really needed more than 20 volume, because this lightener is so strong and gives me the perfect amount of lift. So now you can see from that center back section that I took in one go, I'm pretty much connecting that top part and finishing up the section in the front of the face. So I do her detail hairline, like money piece area around her top of her head, and then I'm pretty much connecting those money pieces with that center section here, and I'm just utilizing slices for this whole application other than the areas where her hairline are, because we are trying to get her as light as possible. And originally in the consult, when she was texting me, I thought we were going to be doing like a solid like global lightening session today because of the way that her grays looked in the photos, but I quickly realized when in person that she did have quite a bit of pepper, and so if I were to do a solid application, it wouldn't really blend as well because she would have a lot more blonde pieces than dark. So doing a foil work really helps preserve a lot of that depth in between the highlights, and so I wanted to make sure that this was going to last her as long as possible. This client did drive quite far to come see me, and we were looking for something that was going to give her the most out of her visit, and so the most longevity, the best fade, and all of that. And so I figured just doing more of like a really heavy foil work was going to do the job for her and kind of give the effect that she did have almost a solid color, but there was still some of that old dark color left in and blended in that helps kind of blend in with her natural pepper that she really has. And so now I am finishing up her side money, and so her side money piece contains that hairline right there, and I do a few foils of diagonal backs. I connect that side money with the back, and right there you can see those foils right above the ear. Now I'm going to take this section all the way up towards the top, and this is just pretty much my third section. So the hair is really sectioned out into 3 major quadrants, and that's where that one is placed. So as expected, some of the areas where she had the permanent color did lift a little bit warmer than the rest, but generally her hair lifted pretty well. I would say everything, majority of it lifted to about a level 9 and 10, but in some of those areas where she had the permanent color, it did lift more so like a level 8 or 9. So we are going to be going in with a formulation that is going to be a little bit more of a violet silver tone to help cancel out those yellow tones. And it's really good to make sure that your clients know and understand this before going into it. I had a gut feeling that this was going to happen, but I had already mentioned to her and was prepared for it. So we are good to go with doing more of a violet tone. So for today, I'm going to be using the Danger Jones gloss toners for her shadow root, and I'm going to be using the level 5-1, which is their ash. It gives it the perfect amount of depth and just kind of really helps blurs out the line of demarcation of the highlights at the root, because there is that little baby root from where the highlight ends and where her natural is, because that's what typically is done when you do foil work. So I'm just going in and adding that in, and then for her silver toner, I'm going to be using the Danger Jones artistic toners to create the most beautiful silver. I like to do a mixture of their silver, the violet blonde, and their cool blonde.
Wow. What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
It looks good. Yeah.
It looks really good. Okay, it's a little purple. That is by design. So it will last a long time. It looks so pretty.
For longevity.
Yes.
So good. I love the front though.
I
that
do.
it's lighter.
I can't wait till it gets
Yeah, I can already tell
silvery.
this is gonna blend
Yeah.
really pretty with your natural gray. Keeping that like depth in instead of doing the full like solid like I had originally showed you.
I like this.
And it gets a little lighter on the ends. Alrighty guys, so here is the final look. I absolutely love the way that this look, it looks really blended in and looks very close to her gray pattern in the back. I'm so glad that we left more of that dimension throughout her mids and ends instead of doing more of the solid look. And I know that when this fades, she will be able to maintain it with some purple shampoo. And otherwise, if she doesn't end up using the purple shampoo, it'll just fade into a really bright blonde as well too. And that can't have the effect and can blend with her gray pattern. It just won't blend as well because it won't be as ashy. But yeah, I absolutely loved it, and I love that we did the front a little bit lighter because it really matches her gray pattern there as well too. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.